My topic is depression, and depression is a complicated and overall negative state of existence in which a person experiences negative feelings and thoughts about their life that often lead to a general sense of hopelessness. These thoughts, affect every area of their life. It can affect work, school, family life, everything. Some people can barely get out of bed, can barely take care of themselves in a hygiene way or eat properly. These thoughts and this state of hopelessness can lead to self-harm or thoughts of self-harm. It can also lead to thoughts about the person ending their life or potentially even an attempt to end their life. And so I advocated for the use of DBT, which is dialectical behavior therapy, in my handout. And so the techniques that I think that could be very effective to help counselees get through their depression are practicing mindfulness, so basically just focusing on their thoughts and what's going on around them, and also for them to learn to deconstruct negative mental habits, so any thoughts or feelings that might be dragging them down further into that depression. And so by helping counselees to practice these two things, it can allow them to begin to recover. Mindfulness can help counselees to take control of their minds, improve emotion regulation, increase behavioral control, engage in life, and even just relax. And deconstructing negative mental habits can give the counselee room to realize that thoughts and feelings don't always tell us the truth. They lie to us. But we can find our ultimate truth in God and in His Word. And so through these, we want to target any transdiagnostic factors, which are the negative things that the person's going through. So an example of this would be emotional masking or negative appraisal. And so by targeting these, we can help counselees to change the way that they think and to shape their thoughts more positively. And so as they're working to change their thoughts and change their focus, we also urge them to make sure that they're taking care of their physical body. We want them to be taking care of every part of them, and we want to treat them holistically. And so I would also, in addition to these techniques, I would also assign homework like searching through the Bible for relevant scriptures about depression, despair, just feelings of hopelessness. And I might also assign a book on depression or something like that for us to read together so that they can be learning more techniques on their own and also reinforcing the things they're learning while they're in session with me. So how have you been doing since I saw you last?
I've been doing okay, not the best. It just seems like everything's hard anymore. It's hard to get up in the mornings. Things I used to enjoy, I'm not enjoying anymore. It just seems impossible to even get up and brush my teeth a lot of days.
Yeah, I know that's really hard. I want you to remember what we talked about a couple of sessions ago, that we want to focus on one thing at a time. So say you get up or you wake up and you're trying to get out of bed and you just don't feel like you can do it. It feels overwhelming and your emotions are telling you all kinds of things. I want you to just focus on, thinking I can just stand up and get out of bed. Or if you're trying to go brush your teeth and that just feels like it's going to take too much energy, or you just feel overwhelmed with that, just focus on, going and brushing your teeth for 30 seconds or a minute, just trying to get that one task done and, just not letting those emotions completely overwhelm you. So just remember that we've been trying to work on that. How has everything else been going for you?
Some days it just seems like everything's overwhelming my emotions, and I just keep just thinking to myself like what a loser I am, or that the people over there that I don't even know are probably laughing at me, or just things like I'm anxious.
Yeah, well, first of all, you're definitely not a loser. And I want you to remember that other thing that we tried. You remember the thank you mind exercise. So anytime you have a thought that's negative or that that hurts your feelings or makes you feel bad about yourself, I want you to say out loud or in your brain, just say thank you mind. And remember, by saying that's telling you it's just a thought, that's not the truth, it's not reality, and it's just something that your brain is trying to tell you, and that your thoughts and feelings are not always true. So I want you to keep those things in mind as you go out and live your life this next week, okay?
Okay.
So in that practice session, you saw two different exercises that I tried with my counselee. And the first one is focused on practicing mindfulness. So when he's overwhelmed with things, I just urge him to take it one thing at a time. So if he is feeling depressed and he can't get out of bed in the morning and all these emotions start overwhelming him, I've been urging him just to focus on one thing: get out of bed, or go brush your teeth, and just focus on that one thing until it's done, and that way he can kind of detach himself from the emotions of what's going on. And the second exercise is focused on helping him to get rid of those negative mental habits. It's called Thank You Mind. And so he's been practicing anytime that he has a negative thought, he says out loud or in his brain, "Thank you, mind," and that just kind of helps him to point out, this is just a thought, it's not reality, and it's not something that I have to believe as ultimate truth. And so that kind of helps him self detach from those negative thoughts that he's been having.